Most men over 50 skip the warm-up and then wonder why their shoulders are cranky and their workouts feel heavy. In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna give you my 4.5-minute dowel warm-up that you can do before any upper body session. Fast, simple, and it sets your shoulders up to lift for decades. And the big mistake? Guys half-heart their warm-up in a way that actually irritates their shoulders. Don't be that guy. I'm Ken. 30 plus years physical therapist and 15 years as a wrestling coach. This channel is for men over 50 who want to get strong again and build their best years ever. We play the long game here, gentlemen. Lifting now is good, but lifting 20 years from now is what keeps you dominant. Here's the real issue. Your shoulders are built for motion, not so much stability. So if you go from 0 to heavy pressing, cold, you're asking small stabilizers in your shoulders to do a big job they're not ready to do. This warm-up solves that. It turns on the right muscles, puts your shoulder blades where they belong, and gets more blood flowing to your small tendons and ligaments. Some of the warm-ups also grease and groove the positions we're gonna load in the core 4 lifts. When you perform an exercise cold that feels painful, your brain is going to contract muscles around it to limit that joint movement to protect itself. That's hardwired. You don't choose for that to happen. So you're telling your body to move in a range that your brain and muscles are fighting against. That's playing tug of war with your own body, and nobody wins that game. Instead, you want your body warmed up and pliable into the movement that you'll eventually load. So your muscles work with you and the range you need is available. Now, everyone's on the same team. Warm-ups are not cardio. They're positional practice. You're telling your muscles, joints, and nervous system, hey, we're gonna do something difficult soon. Let's get ready. All right, now grab your wooden dowel, 4.5 minutes. Do it with me. Let's head to the gym. All right, guys, it's time for Do It with a Dowel, where we earn the heavy load with correct form because we know if we can't control it light, we're not going to control it heavy. So the overall theme here is light stretching with smooth motions that increase as you continue to get warmed up. Especially if you're starting cold like I do early in the morning, the beginning reps should be 100% pain-free. We're looking to increase blood flow and warm up the small structures in your shoulders. We want a tight core with all of these so we don't bother our low back. By pulling our navel back into our spine and keeping our weight back more on our heels, this is going to keep our core stabilized while we're doing these warm-ups. And I'm going to explain more of that in a later video. All right, guys, we're gonna get started with the warm-up. They're gonna be 30 seconds each, and we're gonna flow from one into the other with just some basic instruction, but you're gonna really learn just by watching. The first one is called the scap grooves, where we are gripping just outside of our hips, and we are going to slide the bar up and down our upper thighs by bringing our scapulas, our shoulder blades, up to our ears, and then sinking them back down into the pockets. The most important thing is keeping the bar pressing against your body with straight elbows so you can activate your big latissimus dorsi muscles that are going to get you ready to deadlift properly. So shoulder blades up to the ears and then down to the back pockets. The next one is the pass-through, where we're going to widen our grip and have the crease of our hips be right where the bar is, and we're going to start to gently and slowly raise up over our head and past our head if it stays pain-free. We want a nice wide grip and our weight is back on our heels with our belly button pulled in so we can start to slowly open up the shoulders. As the shoulders open up behind the head, we can slowly start to narrow our grip 1 little inch at the time. Next are the dowel rocks, where we have the arms up over our head and we're going to bring the dowel down to one side and then the other side. Now, as I'm at one side, I'm pushing up with my upper arm and pulling down with my down arm to open up the side areas of our shoulders by pushing up and pulling down. My upper body right now is not moving. This is all shoulder movements. From here, we're gonna raise up and start to pull the elbows back to get the dowel behind our neck. We're not pulling the dowel back, we're pulling back our elbows. This is really important and sets us up for some good squatting without any elbow pain. So we're opening up that chest and the front of our shoulders by pulling our elbows back to get the dowel down behind our neck and down our upper shoulders as much as possible. The next one is the dowel halo, where we go from pocket down here to biceps to ears. Come up and over and behind, down to the pocket and bicep to ears again. So pocket, bicep to ears, pocket, bicep to ears. And what happens is the middle of the dowel starts to circle the top of your head as you get full shoulder range of motion. Go slow with this one, guys. This is a big one, and we don't want your shoulders to hurt. Next is we're gonna start pressing with our standing press. We're gonna do our press groove. We have the arms close right outside of our shoulders, elbows pointing forwards, and we're just gonna start pressing up and back down. Get used to the dowel being very close to your nose because that's how we're gonna press. Weight back on your heels, belly button in, and as the dowel comes up over your head, that's when the elbows start to flare out, but as the dowel comes back down, elbows are forward. Next, bench press groove. We're gonna start nice and low on that lower third of our chest, elbows pointed down at 45 degrees with your arms, and we press up to over our shoulders. Back down to the lower third of our chest, pressing out to our shoulder length. Now, as we come down, I want you to really make a proud chest and bring your chest out to meet the bar as you bring it down to that lower third, because that's exactly how we are going to bench press. Next, when you feel comfortable, arms out wide, we're gonna have the dowel across our shoulders and we're gonna do some side bending. How we do that is we shift our hips to one side and then start to gently tilt. Come back up, shift our hips to the other side and start to gently tilt. The hips drive the motion, guys. Really important so we don't strain our back or crunch those vertebrae in the back. So the hips slowly go side to side, and the more warmed up you get, the more you can start to tilt it. Last one, trunk rotation with the dowel across our shoulders. Same thing as the side tilt, the hips drive the motion. I'm going to rotate my hips to one side and my chest follows. And then I come back and rotate my hips to the other side and my chest follows. Trust me, your spine's gonna rotate plenty as we just gently go from one side to the other. And that's it, guys. That's 4.5 minutes right there, where we have a quick upper body and upper trunk warm up to get ready to stay dominant in our second 50 years. All right, guys, we're gonna now talk about the 3 most common mistakes men make when they are trying to do a warm-up. And the number one biggest mistake they make is when we're doing anything with our upper body. I'm just gonna have the dowel over my head for a second. They actually start to shift their weight forward onto their toes and bow their back this way. This causes a lot of compression in the back of our lumbar vertebrae, our low back bones, which can be really painful and jam everything up. That's why it hurts. So now we want to fix this by bringing our weight back onto our heels and taking our belly button and pulling it back into our spine to have a nice straight back with our weight back on our heels. So that's how we fix mistake number 1 of bowing forward, is bringing our weight back on our heels and pulling in our belly button. The second biggest mistake guys have when working their upper body for a warm-up is that they start to round their shoulders forward. And that hurts because it puts our shoulders in a really bad position for mobility. To fix that, we're always seating our scaps down into our back pockets. And that's how we do all of the core 4 lifts, is with our shoulder blades seated down and back. And then the last one is trying to get available range that we don't even have yet. So if we're trying to do the halos or any type of activity, or even just the pass-throughs, and our body isn't ready for that, a big mistake guys make is that they try it anyway and they go past what their body is able to give. This causes other structures to overstretch to try and get this done. As men, we are goal completing machines, right? We just want to get something done. And if you ask your body to go into an area it can't do, it's going to do it anyway at the sacrifice of other structures. So the way we fix that is stay within our limitations and know that over time, we're going to get further along and things are going to open up, and then we will be able to do more. Avoid these 3 mistakes, guys, and you're gonna set yourself up for dominating in your second 50 years with no pain. Good job, gentlemen. Here's how you use this warm-up. Do it before every upper body session, press day and bench day. You'll even want to do the pass-throughs and pullbacks before squatting and the scap grooves before deadlifting. And in the second 50 strong system, it's 30 minutes, 4 days a week. Monday, squats. Tuesday, bench. Thursday, deadlift. And Friday, standing press. 2 hours total. Safe, simple, short, and smart. And smart means you're progressing without paying for it with pain. Next video, I'm giving you the lower body version. Hips, legs, low back, and the positions that make squats and deadlifts feel good again. If you want the full step-by-step system, grab my free strength training crash course for men over 50 at second50strong.com. It's safe, simple, short, and smart. Built for the long game. And if you want the full system that will completely change your life, grab my book, Grow or Die, on Amazon. I wrote it exactly for you. Gentlemen, this isn't just a 4.5 minute warm-up. This is getting your body ready to dominate your second 50 years. This is how a man keeps his edge, by being capable, disciplined, and consistent. In life, there is no neutral. You're either slowly growing or you're slowly dying. Now watch the videos on your screen. These are the next steps if you want to keep dominating for decades. And always remember, most men fade, but you're not most men.